Hi, my name is Parag Tandel and my solo project, this is my second solo project in Tarq, and this is about way I have been archiving 7 islands. I am from Mumbai, local from Mumbai, from the Koli community, and the show actually talks about three islands which Shaunak Mohbani, who has curated this show, and he has developed a curatorial note which talks about colonization of 7 islands in early years, and second is about our belief systems, Koli's belief systems, and third is about intercultural research which I did long back in Bastar, which is in Chhattisgarh. So we'll start with from here. We'll start from here. Here I am actually using studying material culture of our community, which is very important in my practice. I have started using local materials which are very important and culturally important. There is jamun tree food is there, of which I have made ships. Inside the jamun tree, there are coins which were excavated in Vasai Fort. So these are the replicas of Portuguese coins, and it talks about the way the Portuguese started converting us into the Christianity, and now which we call Kolis as a Christian Kolis or East Indian Kolis. So here another work is there which is very native, and it is found on the shores. It stumbles on the shores of Bombay. Usually it is called Portuguese man of war. And I found very interesting that how this name, which was very important for me, because it's kind of a marine organism which is like a jellyfish thing, and it has a stingy kind of. It is carnivorous, and the way the colonization happened, and it started stinging us with and converting us to the, or because of conversion we lost our own ancient knowledge which was related to nature and gods which were of as the ocean or moon. So from here then we will go to next project, is into the bones, which is these are the bones of local fish called kotia, and I have enlarged them into fiberglass, and the materials here, our material culture of boats or ships have changed now. Earlier we used to use jackfruit wood, but now we are using fiberglass as a material for the boats. And each boat has been named with local gods, like Dharmatya Prasanna. It's for the Dharmatya is kind of a god of tides, and if you see here Golfa Devi, which is a local god, is goddess of nature. So there are many such goddesses, but later when Hindu Kolis started practicing Hinduism after Maratha colonized into the Seven Islands. They changed their religion to be Hindu, but earlier gods were like Bhairi Dev, the whale shark. All the large fish were their gods, and also the ocean was the major god of them. Then moon, which was related to tides. These all were their gods. But now they have forgotten their older gods, and now they are worshipping capitalist gods of Hindu, like Lakshmi and all other gods. So to the next, in 2 bones, in the same project I did in Bastar, the same form, same Kotia bones were used to do sculptures. But here in Bastar, I was more thinking about what is my material culture and what is a landlocked area, because Bastar is landlocked and ours is sea facing, or we live on the periphery of ocean. So here I took Dogra casting as an very important world famous metal casting technique, and also it is well known craft technique which is used to make these sculptures. But if you see, I have left these molds because these molds are very important, or these materials are very important, and these intercultural exchange which happened in this project was very important. Here there is farm clay, rice husk which was used, then river clay was used, then the datura leaves were used, then termite hill clay was used, and then beeswax was used. So these all talks, these all materials talks about jal, jameen, and like it talks about shelter, food and water, which is very much important to sustain on the earth. So these materials are like they are found in Bastar. Bastar or Chhattisgarh only. So these kind of works can be done only there. So what I found is really important, that what is my material culture. If I am from the Koli community, I'm not talking about materials, art materials, what we use, the colonized material like oil color, watercolor, or any other. But what is my material culture coming? Then I got to know that we have other materials which can be used, but it was kind of experiment I did in Goethe Institute, and here the recipes we collected from locals, and these recipes are written in cuttlefish ink, which we collected when we ate cuttlefish. So these kind of changes are coming into my practice, and then we did one project with local women, fishing women, and there is a small kind of shift coming in since last decade, and women who were into the fishing business, now they are making rice rotis, and I collaborated with them and started documenting recipes. But it's kind of a book which has very interesting we arranged a competition with them, and then these are the recipes you can see. So I had written a poem, a verse in local language, it's written in Devanagari, but we don't have script, and they have written this in Marathi because they have lost their language too. And if you see here, I did some drawings. I never did this drawing, but I did these drawings for this book of drawings of loss, for the loss of our environment or our milieu. So, so from this book, I did one manuscript, the original manuscript. From that, these drawings are actually shown. Here you see a mummified Bombay duck, which is really important sculpture we did, and it is kind of socially engaged project we did with women of Kulaba village, and this is kind of mummification is to preserve the knowledge, the very in local knowledge of community, the people who came on Seven Islands long back in during prehistoric times in search of food and sustenance, and they found their sustenance here, and they flourished here for more than thousands and thousands of years. So I just wanted to do some drawings which were about loss, because fishing is way we fish and way fishing is done in industrial form is very different. So I have documented all in an ambiguous manner, and then coming to the rituals, few rituals which we do. It's very important that Seven Island is kind of a marshy land. It was very wetland kind of thing, and children used to drown, and then they used to die. So community started performing a puja kind of thing every year. So there is permanent armature in every house in my village, but each village has a different armature, and this is my village armature. So there are 9 strings where we decorate it with the flowers, but here I have changed it. The puja is done for protection of children and to remember the dead children who had died in water. But here I am using this armature or this performance armature to protect interspecies or marine interspecies and marine species. So using thread was like very important for me. I did use thread for just to use it, but thread was more like very familiar material from our material culture. So earlier our fishing nets were not of nylon. Means plastic and nylon fishing nets were, which we use now. So earlier our fishing nets were of hemp and jute and cotton. So the yarn which was made was by the yarn of the fishing net was made by women and children. So then the fishing net was made by elders. So this kind of the way we used to this act of making yarn, you can see I wanted to make I avoided to make a fishing net, but it is fishing net, but it is not fishing net. So these kind of way the materials here are used to express the